I'm Robbie with Delta Millworks. I'm here in Park City, Utah today with Chris Price with Klima Architecture. We're at the number 11 Haus, and we're going to talk with Chris today about the project, but let's start by hearing a little bit about Chris's approach to architecture here in Park City.
Yeah, we were founded here in Park City, started in 2009, so we've been around a little bit. And we're just creating residences in the Park City area that focus on resilient, holistic design, trying to think about how these houses can have a smaller impact on the greater climate, but also be rooted in the place and the craft.
What was important with this project in particular? It has some nice details, uses various materials, including some of our wood siding, but what was your approach to this project?
So the inspiration for this project was, it was a pretty deep embedded collaboration with the client and the builder from the very onset. Our client came with pretty prescriptive requirements on what she was hoping to get out of the house, and then she also had the wants of aesthetic qualities and kind of how the flow of the house appears. So it's a pretty tight lot, pretty close to downtown Park City, so it's pretty built out around here. So every house around here was already created, so naturally we pissed off every neighbor. Trying to keep tying the house into the context was pretty important. So we tried to create a palette of materials that tied in to the community, so it didn't feel like this austere, kind of out of place situation, but it also lends some uniqueness to our client. Everything we were looking at was thinking about the long term, the longevity of the products, how they're gonna last over time. We have some core tin elements that are gonna rust over time, so they will discolor some of the materials around it. The brick naturally kind of stays pretty good. And the Accoya that we've selected is, like a 50-year amazing product. It's gonna look great for a really long time.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the wood, Chris. It's an Accoya product. It's a pretty unique profile and application. I would call it a custom board and batten profile. Usually a traditional board and batten has a 10 or 12 inch wide plank and then a 2 or 3 inch batten strip on top of that, and it's a pretty consistent pattern. This almost looks like a random pattern. How did you first come to this pattern of board and batten?
It was pretty simple. The client saw a product that you guys did on your website, and they were like, I want that. And she's like, I love that color, and it had more of a random treatment. So then we did our own samples to make sure it kind of fit and how it flowed with the brick and the metal. But ultimately the inspiration was a project that you guys worked on.
I know doing like a takeoff of a board and batten where there's an overlap of each board compared to like a traditional shiplap or tongue and groove, it's a little harder to install. So there's usually some challenges with a board and batten product like this. What did you encounter?
Travis with TNT Builders, he has a frame to finish crew. So we try to rely on it, just having really good partners and collaborators that elevate our game. We just kind of assist each other in whatever realm we need to.
Yeah, the installation and the details on this are just great. Travis did a great job. From the fasteners, the coursing of the fasteners, everything's nice and level. The clearances around the ground, the flashing and ground level areas, I think are important. Even with a bulletproof product like Accoya, there can still be moisture wicking. Obviously there's snow buildup during the winter. We walked the project and didn't really see any snow lines or water lines or wicking from the ground up. So I think that's important with any wood product. Seeing some really tight details on this project in terms of the wood installation.
Yeah, I love how they line up all the screws, and they're super tight with how they lay things out. And that's a nice thing about having, installers that are a little bit more type A instead of just the guys shooting random nails.
I know we asked you about your general approach to architecture, but what makes a Chris Price or Klima project?
Good clients, right? Clients who bring, sorts of inspiration on their own, from the lot to kind of their aesthetic qualities and wants and wishes, and kind of giving us some leeway and freedom to create different spaces that are not as traditional.
What has changed with wood siding over the last 10 or 15 years? How have the modified woods and the pre-finished woods changed your approach to these materials?
Like my uncle was building here in the 80s and 90s, and there's, the old guard of every house is a cedar lap siding, and you have to repaint them every 2-3 years, and then you have to replace them like in, 10-15 years. But the fact that we're getting more technical products like these thermally modified wood products, that makes a huge change in the fact that we can get a more durable, long-lasting material out of the woods and then still maintain the natural wood beauty that we're getting from wood.
So Chris, we're in a pretty harsh environment up here in Utah. High UV exposure, big temperature swings, obviously snow and cold during the winter. So we used Accoya on this project for the siding. 50-year warranty. It's a clean, chemically modified wood. It's an acetylized wood, so it's treated with acetic anhydride, which sounds like a scary chemical, but it's basically a food-grade product. It's almost a vinegar type of solution at the chemical level. Accoya is not just a bulletproof wood, it's really one of the most sustainable woods out there. Sourced from renewable forests. The trees are ready to harvest in 28 years. It's a great product to work with, and especially in these types of environments, I think it excels very well. Chris, well, this is a badass project. We appreciate the tour today, and great work here.
Thank you.